Being obedient to God means responding to Him with your yes and acting on it, even when it doesn't make sense. In Acts chapter 9, we have the story of Ananias and Saul, who was then converted to Paul. And the Lord had spoken to Ananias, saying, go here, for he's trying to reach Saul. And Ananias's response in verse 13 was, oh, this man has done a great harm, because he had Saul at the time, he was persecuting Christians. So he had a reputation for persecuting Christians. So as a Christian, you kind of want to stay away, no? Common sense kind of tells you that. So Ananias was responding to God saying that, and God said, no, go because blank, blank, blank. And Ananias went, even though it was probably super scary, because Saul had a reputation of persecuting Christians. And in the chapter, it says how Saul has relations with the chief priest to be able to bind Christians, saying like Saul has an influence and is persecuting Christians. And Ananias had to be obedient and lay down that fear and cast it aside and trust that what God said, he would come through with helping him. And what happens? Saul becomes Paul. We see the story play out. We see all that Paul did, and we see the impact Paul had. So it's so important, even if it doesn't make sense, to respond, especially when it comes to people's lives. Because you don't know what that person could end up doing for the kingdom of God. Look what Paul did. Look at half the New Testament being like written by him, but it required Ananias's obedience. He had to say yes even when it was scary and when it didn't make sense. And this is something we have to live by. And it's not something we're going to get right away. We have to work, not striving, but pursuing God and trusting in Him, knowing that He's fully equipped us and given us the ability to complete and be obedient. Because we have grace. He has given us the grace to be obedient and respond and trust Him. So trust Him when He tells you to do some scary things.